about reaching up and pushing that blue button now. Sweeps exclude Chevrolet Volt. No purchase necessary. Visit OnStar.com for rules and alternate entry details. Void where prohibited. Ends May 31st, 2011. Must be 18 years of age or age of majority and U.S. or Canadian legal resident. Limit 3 entries per person regardless of entry method. But only one blue OnStar button pushed per vehicle.
Hello, and we are LaLa Land, and I'm Nettie, and this is
Brett Chapin.
That's right.
And we're here at Theater Palisades for the opening night of Rumors by Neil Simon. We've got a lobby full of patrons getting ready to go into the theater as soon as it opens up. And we're here right by the beach. This is an amazing location and getting ready for a great show. Now, I want to talk a little bit about how to be involved at Theater Palisades because we actually have auditions here coming up tomorrow. That's April 2nd and April 3rd for a show called Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. That's a musical by Stephen Sondheim. And so if you would like to be involved in those auditions, you can find information at theaterpalisades.com, or you can give Theater Palisades a call at 310-454-1970. And we're also having auditions coming up for our youth theater. We do 5 main stage shows here and about 3 youth theater shows per year. And the auditions are for Little Women. That's going to be April 15th and 16th with performances running from July 22nd to July 31st. A couple of other shows that we have coming up this season, Rabbit Hole, which was recently made into a film with Nicole Kidman. Nettie, did you get a chance to see that?
I haven't seen that. Wow. No, I haven't. With Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, I hear it's a great film. So it would definitely be a show for any actors that want to be involved in a highly dramatic piece. To come on out and audition for that.
Absolutely.
And October 28th through December 4th is Light Up the Sky by Moss Hart. That's a very funny comedy. And that's the last show of our season. We're really looking forward to that as well.
Wonderful. And we are currently here tonight to celebrate the opening of the Theater Palisades, Neil Simon's hilarious farce, Rumors, which he wrote in 91, I believe. And it is pertinent to contemporary times. We are celebrating it right now. I just heard the popping of champagne. I don't know if you heard that. The show will actually start at 8 p.m., so that's coming up in less than 15 minutes.
It sure is. And, you know, Neil Simon is such a well-known and well-respected playwright. I believe, actually, Nettie told me earlier that he has been nominated for...
We were actually gonna do like a question, a Q&A, like, can you figure this out trivia type thing. Remember?
Okay, we can do that.
Okay.
Little ad lib here on the radio.
Okay.
Okay, you have a question for me about Neil Simon.
Well, first of all, I'd like to talk about Neil Simon just a tiny little bit. Because
absolutely.
I think that he's pretty incredible. Anybody who doesn't know anything about Neil Simon, he was raised in the Bronx. No, he was born in the Bronx and pretty much raised by a single mother. His father kind of skipped out every now and then. He wasn't necessarily around, so it...
So I would imagine that gave him a lot of really good life experience.
It gave him a lot of good life experience. He was done with high school by 16, but he actually was raised in Manhattan.
Which is where most of his shows take place.
And he has his own, he has his own theater named
for him?
Neil Simon Theater. Absolutely, yeah.
Must be nice.
I'm sure it is. I would love to see it. Okay, trivia about Neil Simon. How many Tony nominations has Neil Simon garnered in his lifetime? How many do you think?
I'm gonna say 17.
You totally cheated.
I totally cheated.
Okay, how many has he won?
3?
You're such a Can you imagine being garnered for 17 Tony nominations? He's pretty amazing. He has definitely shaped theater in general, live theater, and also film. He's a screenwriter. I don't know if you have seen any of his films, but one of my favorites is Lost in Yonkers.
Which is a show that we did here last season, actually.
And one of my favorite parts is the little boy, the uncle teaching the little boy what moxie is. He said, you want to know what moxie is? And he pulls up his sleeves and he says, come here, that's moxie. And the little boy was like in awe. He's like, wow, that's moxie.
Well, that's a good way to learn about moxie.
Neil Simon is a big East Coaster, and he really knows the East Coast.
And you know, the thing about this show too is we have such an incredible cast working on such a well-written play that it's really something not to be missed.
It is an incredible cast, and you know what? It's a bunch of it's not he doesn't cast comedians, although he's had a lot of comedic people like Shirley MacLaine and Steve Martin and Woody Allen and Peter Sellers and Michael Caine and Julia Louis-Dreyfus. But he says, he actually quoting him, I don't like writing for comedians. I like writing for actors. The best comedians are actors. And these really are, truly, even in a farce.
Well, because as
Amazing.
you know, as an actress, when you're doing a comedy, if you're trying to be funny, you're trying to make a joke, it's not going to work. If you're acting the joke, it's probably going to go over well with the audience. The more sincere you are, the more audience is going to pick up on that.
Absolutely.
We're here again at Theater Palisades for opening night of Rumors by Neil Simon. Now, Nettie and I have a show beginning May 7th on the cable radio network LaLa Land.
LaLa Land.
And we're going to talk a little bit more about that when we come back, give you guys some information, and let you know how you can keep listening to us. We'll be back. LaLa Land with Brett and Nettie. See you in 2 shakes.
Looking at them just gives me the blues.
Hi, I'm Dick Heatherton, host of Success Again. Success Again isn't your typical talk show. First of all, it's motivating and filled with solutions to overcoming obstacles.